Good afternoon, buenas tardes, bon pomeriggio, bon après-midi, annyeonghaseyo. Oh my gosh, another busy day, and on top of everything, it's Entyvio day. So if you haven't seen my previous Entyvio experiences from this year, the one in January and the one in March, they're linked below in the playlist, My Life with Crohn's, I believe it's called. So you can check those out to compare with today's experience, which I am hoping I can record for you. The first time I recorded an infusion, I actually couldn't record the entire process because there was a nurse in training present, and I didn't want to make her extra nervous, and I didn't want anybody else to see anything that was going on in training for her. Like, I didn't want to do this for her. The second time around, it was a different nurse, and it wasn't somebody I was used to, so there was no recording. This time is a nurse that has been here quite a few times. So when she gets here, I'm gonna ask her, show her how I do my vlog, and be like, I can hide your face, I can cover the audio if you don't want to be present in the video. I mean, it's all about me. Like, I want you to see the process of the infusion, how it affects the patient, and definitely try to make her feel like it's nothing about the nurse. As I was saying, it's been a very busy morning. As you can see, I'm already dressed. I have my full face on. I'm gonna do not only a promo for my home business, but also do the giveaway that I had promised for my April customers. I have to do that. I wanted to do it May 1st, but you've seen what's been going on. Right now, I'm just doing my part with the household chores. My husband has taken so much off my hands. I can't be thankful enough for everything that he's been doing. It's given me the time to actually do all the things that I'm doing with my home business, with my kids, with everything else, and not have to spend so much time with the cleaning, which you've seen. And also, if you haven't seen those, I'll link them above. And they're also linked below with the infusions. The Clean With Me's is part of the military spouse life part of my vlog that I want to share with you. So he definitely saved me so much time in doing the household chores. The hubby asked for a tuna sandwich for lunch, so I'm preparing that right now. Let me just continue with the Entyvio talk in the meantime. In case you're wondering about the ultra cleaning that we do before every infusion, let me tell you, the benefits are twofold. Number one, the house is clean. Who doesn't want a clean house? So we just take that opportunity to do the deep cleaning that you're supposed to do anyway, maybe once a month. And the other reason is that, and this is by doctor's orders, I'm supposed to avoid something as simple as an allergy attack while I'm immunosuppressed, especially the first couple of days, because an allergy attack can so easily get complicated, turn into something else. You already know that post-nasal drip for anybody is an issue because post-nasal drip can create irritation in the throat, which can lead to an infection, etc., etc. I, for one, cannot get any sort of infection because my body can't fight it off. I'm immunosuppressed, and antibiotics will just, number one, trigger a flare in me, and number two, make me sick in any other way. That's one reason to avoid allergies, and another reason is that anything that can enter my body unexpectedly, like for example, I don't know, my husband will go to work and then he'll step on something that he's not aware of, bring it into the house, it somehow gets into my system. I mean, it sounds a little bit like paranoia, really, but it's just safety, it's prevention, it's precaution, which is why when this whole pandemic thing started and everybody was panicking, I was pretty calm, and I did a video about this too, because I already practice prevention, illness prevention, for years. I've practiced it for years, and I already know the whole don't drag things into the house, disinfect this, wash the doorknobs, the refrigerator handles, all these details, they're already a part of my life. It's been integrated for so long that when this whole thing came out, nothing really changed for me except that I can't go to the grocery store, or I can, it's just better if I don't, and wash groceries when they arrive. Sandwich! And you know what? There's actually a third benefit for cleaning the house as well. The other thing is, if my husband's not around and I'm not feeling well, having everything neat and orderly is just so beneficial. It makes things easier. I don't have to clean while I'm feeling sick, and I don't have to deal with heavy stuff or moving around too much if I don't have the energy. So really, threefold. The benefits are threefold. Now let's talk side effects. This varies for everybody. I'm in various support groups on Facebook as well as online, and I've read of people who take a break from work to go get their infusion and then go back to work. I've also read of people who feel sick for an entire week. For me, I just feel icky and and blah and really drained of energy for like 2 or 3 days maybe. At least on Entyvio. On Remicade, I felt like I had the flu for 5 days. So really, it depends on the person. It's like Benadryl. Some people get hyper on it, some people get drowsy. The same with beer. Some people get drunk with 1 beer, some people get drunk with 10. Really, as far as side effects go, for me, I don't get nauseated anymore unless they increase my dose again. That's when it really, like, it makes me sick. The first time they increased my Remicade dose, my husband had a bucket next to me because I was, what do you call it, gagging? I was gagging like every couple of minutes for an hour. It was pretty bad, but then I got used to it. I almost forgot to take you with me while I do my work, and that's the whole point of my vlog, to share with you how I spend my days with chronic illness and as a military spouse. Duh! I already did the giveaway video for my customers. I'm prepping the giveaway box, which I had already done, but I needed some of the products that were in it because I had run out. So I'm putting it together again. Okay, done with the box. It's right here. I'm gonna turn off the stove because I have my lunch reheating, and just gonna drop this off. I'm telling you, it's like less than a 5-minute drive there and back. I'm gonna drop this off real quick, then have my lunch. We're a little behind schedule, and the nurse messaged me that she can actually get here a little before 3:30, so we're switching things up a bit. He's gonna put my lidocaine on now. This is to numb the forearm since my elbow crease is already running out of places to get poked. My hands and my wrists are too full of scar tissue already. They did try to start an IV on my wrist once, I think it was 2 years ago, and it blew after an hour. Back then it was Remicade, which lasted 3 hours, so that was definitely a no-go. They sent me this lidocaine to start exploring IV sites on my forearm, but I applied it wrong the first 2 times because I didn't get instructions the first time, and then the second time I was told, no, you gotta put a thick layer. So I thought I put a thick layer, and now this time she told me, no, I want it to be like toothpaste. I want to lift the gauze and see a mess. Why? No, just use, no, you're not gonna lose sensation. Just use this. It's fine. It's adult proof.
Don't want?
She said a thick, pasty mess. I wish you could see his face. Yep, that's what she said. This feels so weird. Aw, you're putting it there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to it there. That doesn't bother me. Okay. It has to be a mess. Stop making it neat. No, don't put it on my hand. Stop.
I don't put it in your hand.
You're putting it on my hand.
Nope.
Is this not part of my hand?
Nope. It's the pre-hand.
The pre-hand. Now you gotta put this over it. It's supposed to be occlusive, but this is so thin. Do we have anything else? I don't think this is enough. I think that's a mess. Oh, scissors. If you're watching and you get infusions too and also use lidocaine, please let me know if you do this differently or have any tips. I feel like a mummy. What are you doing?
It works. It doesn't need to be neat.
It doesn't have to be neat. Honey.
It's functional.
Siento que tengo una camisa de manga bien poofy.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling him it feels like I'm wearing a poofy sleeve shirt. See that?
Just because I'm in the medical clinic doesn't mean.
He's saying that just because he's in a medevac unit, what?
I know how to do that.
That he knows how to do this stuff. All right, he's gonna finish cleaning the living room, which is where everything takes place, and I'm gonna start getting all my infusion supplies. I also pulled out one of my folding tables from the office. My husband's just mopping the area, making it clean. Okay. Perfect. No feeling like your heart's skipping a beat or anything like that. Okay. Awesome. I don't know. I woke up probably 5 minutes ago. It's the same feeling as always. I'm just drained. My husband actually made me dinner and handed it to me when I woke up, but I'm gonna wait a little while I wake up and see if I eat, and then I'll talk to you about everything. Okay, let me do a quick recap before I doze off again. I dozed off after dinner, and I'm watching The Vampire Diaries. I'm editing my vlog. My doggies know I'm not feeling well. I have one over here. The other one's over here. My husband is cutting his hair because he goes back to work tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm just gonna feel icky, very drained, very blah. And I don't really need him here for that. You've seen me before by myself on post-infusion days. It's just gonna be icky. Let's talk about these IV sites. Hang on, let me get my tripod. As you can see, it's not on my elbow crease. It's mid forearm. Same over here. But here's the difference. They've tried 3 times on this arm. Here, here, here. This was the last one. I don't think it should have bruised because she didn't fish around. And oh my gosh, this tape hurts. Ow. Ugh. Okay, here we go. So it was right there. As you can see the veins pretty much. But the problem is They're not super plump. I don't really know vein talk or vein language, but she was having a hard time with this one. However, on this arm, as you can see, it wasn't here in the middle where we had applied the numbing cream. It was actually here. So I felt everything. The great thing was she got it so quickly and she was so surprised. This was the first time I ever had in my life an IV right here. She didn't have to fish, she didn't have to finagle it, she didn't, nothing. It just straight in. And she said, that vein is amazing. I think this is the one we're going to be using from now on. Obviously, this, and she said this so funny. She said, it depends on the mood your veins are in, but hang on a second, my husband's here. Because you know that I've had IVs on different arms, different times. So this is where she got it. It's right there. Let's talk about the infusion. Finally got to record it. As you can see, with Entyvio, for me, it's an hour. Some people can actually do it in half an hour. But the one time we tried to do it in half an hour, my blood pressure dipped and the nurse stopped it, flushed the line. My husband got me a banana and some almond milk. We waited a few minutes, took my blood pressure again. It was better. And then the nurse started hooked up the IV again and let it go slower so it could do the whole thing over an hour. So for me, it's an hour. Remicade was 3 hours. This one's definitely shorter and much lighter. The side effects are a lot simpler and lighter than with Remicade. Throughout the infusion, she'll check my blood pressure precisely because of that, because biologics tend to lower people's blood pressures. Not everybody, but I did hear about somebody else back in Puerto Rico who's on Remicade and has to eat during the infusion. She also checks my temperature. I don't really know why. I suppose it's because some people, when they have a reaction, like I had a reaction to Remicade 2 years ago, I got hives from it, and I suppose some people react with the temperature, so they monitor that too. When I started getting hives with Remicade, then they would have to monitor to see was anything. I got them on my belly and my back. The last infusion with Remicade, I had them on my arms, my chest, and the nurse immediately gave me IV Benadryl, so I don't really remember much after that, but that was my last time with Remicade. They have to constantly monitor you throughout the infusion, make sure that nothing's happening and that everything is stable. When the medicine is close to the end, she'll put some saline into the bag to make sure we get every single ounce of the medicine, because this vial, and I will get the actual price for you from my medical bill, this vial is anywhere between 8,000 to maybe almost 20,000. I don't really know how they calculate this. I've seen different prices at different times, which is why I feel so fortunate that I can get this medication. There are other people out there who don't have the same health insurance we do, and they can apply to different programs that are out there for people with less resources. They have to pay like $5 or something like that out of pocket for their infusions. This is probably the first time I have woken up without a headache. I'm not entirely sure what I did differently, because I always hydrate before the infusion. I hydrate during the infusion. I take my pre-meds, and every time I wake up from my nap, I always have this pounding in my head that it's just so bad. This time I just woke up I felt my head very heavy. And it was hard for me to open my eyes. I do feel the effects right now where I'm feeling kind of and I want to go to sleep, but I want to catch up with my blog, which is still 4 days delayed, and I don't like that. You also saw that I did as much work as I could today for my home business. My students know that I won't be with them until Wednesday because tomorrow's recovery day. So I'm still trying to be as diligent as possible without overdoing it. I'm so sorry to say that once again we won't be doing any Korean stuff, and I feel so bad about it, but we will catch up. I do promise that we will catch up. And that's the thing about having hobbies. Sometimes your hobbies fall behind other priorities or things that are out of your control, which is why when I was doing the videos for quarantine and setting goals, keeping them, following through, focusing on certain things. I also mentioned that sometimes you do have to give in to the circumstances. Right now, I haven't been able to practice Korean in about 2 days, but it's still something that's on my mind, just like my books. I have not finished reading my Harry Potter book or my French book, but I do acknowledge that I've been doing a lot more reading on other subjects because I've been looking at homeschooling curricula, I've been looking at business English worksheets and other teaching materials. I've been looking for information on helping a child to learn how to read. It's my focus for reading has been on something else, so it's not like I haven't been reading anything at all. My hobbies just kind of take second place to what's really important. So I hope that you're also giving yourself a break when you can't do something or don't have the time to do something that you really want to do. Just as long as you're aware that your time is invested in something important, productive, and you're really devoting your honest attention to it, not just saying that you're doing it, but not actually taking action. That's really it for me today, you guys. You know that tomorrow's gonna be a bit of a slow day, but still always a good day. It's always a good day. Get some rest. You know that I definitely will. Stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy. I will see you tomorrow.